So here we have it, and spawning up in the top left-hand position of King Sejong Station, representing alien invasion, we have Patience. And his opponent down to the lower right, the Red Terran player, representing ESC, we have GoOdy. GoOdy, of course, the Panzer General, the Terran, the Turtles all the way up. Is he going to be able to do that up against Patience, or is it going to be a bit of a more hard-fought game? Is Patience going to let him get into his comfort zone, or is he going to be trying to end out this series a bit more on the quick side? We'll have to keep an eye on things, but for now at least, nothing crazy going on. No sign of any proxies or stuff like that. Thanks for everyone for tuning in if you're watching live, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to do that awesome thing of hitting that like button, subscribing, and also leaving a cool comment, because that's the best way to support YouTube. And if you wanted to watch it live, you could have done on my Twitch channel. Everyone in Twitch, say hi in Twitch chat. Just a little hello. I know there's a 2-minute delay, but I'm saying hi to you now, and it would just be rude not to say hi back. Like, what kind of person would do that? I'd be really sad. If I said hello to someone and they didn't say hi back, I'd be like, oh. And that's why it'd be really bad if I ever lived in like a big city or something, because I grew up in the countryside. And in the countryside, because there's only like maybe 100 people in the village I grew up in, everyone knew each other, and you could be walking your dog or something and you'd just be like, hi, and then everyone would be like, hi, but it wouldn't just be hi. Like, you'd say hi, they'd say hi, and then they'd usually be like, so, how are you? How's your parents doing? Oh, how's your dog today? And they'd be talking about everything. Like, if you tried to do that in, say, London, could you imagine the response you'd get? I think it would probably be 2 words, the second being off, the first probably being interchangeable between a couple of expletives. But, yeah, say hi in Twitch chat. That's what that entire story was about. Now, this is pretty cool. Patience is hiding a cybernetics core. It is hidden. Say hi, cybernetics core. Why am I trying to get everyone to say hi to everything, including virtual buildings? My brain is doing weird things this evening after the smiley faces we saw earlier. Anyway, so hidden cybernetics core. Pylon is just a little down to the side here, maybe trying to freak out. GoOdy, who's coming in with a scout now. GoOdy, of course, adding in a reactor here after that gas first. Could go for a double reaper off the back of this. Could just produce a ton of Marines. Probably just going to be the Marines. Meanwhile, CC on its way down, so an expansion coming. Although GoOdy is yet to see the expansion at the natural base, so this is going to be quite interesting. Sees the probe down there, though. Does he suspect something weird going on? Patience does have 300 minerals banked up. 300 of them. Sees the cybercore now, so he knows there's a pilot down that edge. But still no nexus, so GoOdy's probably feeling quite happy about this for the moment. Unless, of course, something freaky is about to go on. We'll wait and see. Anyway, Patience, adding in that second gas, adding in the nexus. It's quite a long way behind the command center of GoOdy. It was about 60 seconds behind. Otherwise, and more commonly referred to as a minute in-game. That's a bit of a nuisance for Patience. So, how's he going to try and make up for this? How's he going to try and punish GoOdy? GoOdy adding in now the factory behind this. So, this could be, say, Widow Mine drops. It could be just some Hellions out. It could be a lot of things. It could be for a quick starport to go into Banshee. Who knows? But GoOdy probably knows, and we'll be finding out very, very soon. What's more important, though, is the fact that, something I haven't really touched on, GoOdy is, as I said, the Panzer General. Is he going to mech against Protoss? Because that's something that doesn't happen all too often. Who knows? Who knows? I'm really glad, by the way, the 2-minute stream delay has filtered through here, and some of you are saying hello now. So I won't do it for everyone, but hello, Optimus Prime. Never thought I'd get to say that. And hello, of course, Ben Sooth. Hello, Slamming Sammy, and hello, Shunty. So, yeah, you guys were quick on the mark. You get the hellos then. Anyway, Tech Lab on its way down, Starport on its way down, so Banshee are going to be on the cards. Could be a sign that we're going to be getting into some mech-style play. Banshee is definitely a precursor to that. And anyway, we've got the robotics facility on its way down, so Patience, he's happy to tech up, still just on that single gateway production. And oh my goodness, there's a tank. There's a tank. A tank! Oh, okay. GoOdy is actually going to be going mech. He's got a bunker up in the high ground, a bunker on the low ground in case Blink play came in. Not secure over on that right side, but all in all, GoOdy hasn't really seen too much. Doesn't know what to expect. He hasn't actually seen that the natural was definitely placed. So, for all he knows, that isn't a thing. He can probably assume, though, he saw a probe kind of dancing about trying to take it while he was over there with an SCV. So, again, powers of deduction tend to be pretty good in high-level StarCraft players in predicting what their opponents are planning on doing. GoOdy adding in an engineering bay now. He's not going full mech mode, but he is getting some tanks. It's a bio-tank composition. And tanks in themselves aren't that common up against Protoss. Generally, Terrans like to go for Marine, Marauder, Medevac. And it works well for the majority of Terrans. GoOdy is an exception to that rule, though, and I'm really, really hoping he's going to do something cool. 3 additional gates being added in here by Patience, as well as a Warp Prism on its way. So a little bit of drop shenaniganry is going to be coming in. Meanwhile, a Twilight Council plus a Robotics Bay just says, I want all the tech. Literally everything. Minus the Stargate. Patience not a fan of those Stargates, clearly. Although he was. In his quarterfinal game, he made quite a few Stargates, if I recall correctly. And I think I do. Anyway, Warp Prism on its way out. What kind of drop tech are we going to be getting? And will we have GoOdy in a position to stop this? Did he see the Observer? I suspect he did, wanting to see if he could sneak on out a scan just to pick that off. Third CC. Very greedy play coming down here from GoOdy, our Terran player. What is Patience going to be able to achieve with this Warp Prism? Well, straight away, GoOdy has obviously got these tanks here. They've got quite a good range around the back. If the Warp Prism comes here, the Marines aren't in a position to stop it. But for now, the Warp Prism patiently waiting. Doesn't want to rush on in case there are any Marines there. Instead, just playing it safe, playing it cautious. See, we've got Blink being chrono boosted out there. And, well, double forges as well. That's pretty cool. Double forges mean double upgrades, which means we are going to be getting into the later stages on the side of Patience and GoOdy as well. He's adding in more factories, so he is going probably... Is he actually going to go full on mech? He has quite a lot of Marines at the moment. He's adding in the armory, so it's certainly possible, nigh on probable right now. But yeah, this is cool stuff. A couple of Stalkers coming on across the map at the moment. They're just going to be looking to get some damage down. Remember, Blink nearly done. The 1-1 upgrades, they're a heck of a way from completion though, so not going to be incorporated. This isn't all in though, because behind this, Patience, he is taking a 3rd Nexus. He is expanding, getting up to 3 bases, and it's going to be cool. What does GoOdy do? GoOdy has Banshee coming out now. This is his first Banshee. Got a Viking first on the cards. Also, I love the use of a Sensor Tower, because Sensor Towers are freaking sweet. Like, seriously, Terran players should use them lots, because they give you just such advanced warning of anything coming towards you. It's great. Specifically, it's actually impossible for Patience to now sneak, say, Blink Stalkers around here and come up into the main from the right-hand side. And that's actually really useful, knowing that that cannot occur. Patience is 3rd, that's nearly done. Remember, though, GoOdy started up his 3rd orbital command a heck of a long time ago, so he is quite ahead on that. He's been producing SCVs, he's been muling and potentially scanning as well. Although his scans, he hasn't been scanning. He still only just sent that SCV right at the start and didn't really see much with it. Cloak is coming down though, a bit of a supply block here for GoOdy. He's got 3 additional supply depots on their way through, and this is actually quite a substantial supply block. Meanwhile, Patience running around the back. Is he actually going to start chipping away at that debris? He could do, he could just be keeping a check. Meanwhile, one lone Hellion comes in. Not really doing too much at the moment, other than dying. So yeah, Hellion didn't really do too much. Anyway, in we go now. A lot of probes coming up here, transferring towards that 3rd base. We're 12.5 minutes through this first game of this best of 3 series. So keeping a close eye on everything that is coming down. And well, in come these Stalkers. They're still keeping a good map presence, making sure nothing sneaky happens. And Hallucinated Phoenix is going to be trying to get a bit more information here. Sees the 3rd floating down. And this could actually be something that Patience tries to deny. GoOdy moving down though, so he will be getting in a defense position against that. Ultimately, this is where you get a good little look at composition if you are Patience. He sees the tank, sees the Marines, sees the Hellbats, knows that this is pretty much mech. Could try and be a bit of a nuisance against this though. But with just the double Immortal production coming through, it looks like he's willing to wait out for the long term here. A couple of Stalkers moving in. They're going to start chipping away at a couple of units. Outside of that tank range will force back the orbital command, prevent it from landing for the moment. But with tanks coming on over, Patience does need to be careful. He needs to back those away. One Stalker falls. Second one taking a few big hits. But in the main base, a drop coming through. The Ghost Academy is taking fire. This is essential for GoOdy. This Ghost Academy stays up, and it's gonna fall. Nice little pick off. The armory dies as well. That prevents any further upgrades coming through there. The zealots rampaging through the SCV line. 6 workers already killed. And well, this is some very nice damage. Simultaneously, stalkers trying to poke and prod and take down a missile turret, just be a little bit annoying everywhere they can be. But that Ghost Academy going down is so huge because mech is good against Protoss if you have ghosts. The EMP knocks out shields, specifically on things like Archons and Immortals, those big anti-tank units. And if you don't have those EMPs, you don't have very effective tanks. And if you're going mech, you need your tanks to be effective. It's kind of essential. It's like the core composition. If there was a unit that you had in a Protoss army that made Marines ineffective all on its lonesome, you want to get rid of that too. So, hey, this is going to be pretty fun. I'm waiting to see when Patience decides to go. Note he's got quite a few stalkers taking out the debris at the back of the natural. This is forcing GoOdy to position his army very thinly. He knows these are here. He sees it coming. He sees it because of the sensor tower. But with the Hallucinated Phoenix coming through, they only see 2 tanks at the moment. Sending the pair of Hallucinated Phoenix so that it takes at least 1 missile try won't actually take it down. Quick little scan. Takes a look to see if there's any observer. These stalkers have to blink on out, but in come the Immortals, in come the Archons. They can just run straight up to these tanks and take them out quickly. They will, annihilating them. And now the third, that's going to be in some problems. Gets lifted. A lot of SCVs could get taken out. Oh, the force field's trying to block those SCVs. Get trampled down by the Archons. Silly Archons. But yeah, while this is all going on, a drop into the main base. Once again, the Ghost Academy is unable to finish. The starport now getting focus. We've got the Immortals and the Archons getting forced back over on the left-hand side, but this is allowing Stalkers to come in towards the natural base, getting more damage down. GoOdy down to just 27 SCVs. He's losing a lot more. The tanks still here, but they're getting hugged up on as they resupply. Meanwhile, the Immortals, the Stalkers, they're still fighting it out. The Marines are going to do very well here, but GoOdy's just losing everything in his main and natural. This is astonishingly well thought out play by Patience. He comes down, checks the third, sees if he can find anything fun there. Just taking out these refineries, because hurting the gas income is always going to be good up against a meching Terran. That Vespian vitally important for GoOdy. In come the Stalkers yet again. They start poking, prodding, taking out a couple more units. There's 3 tanks that I can immediately see. There is apparently 7 on the field, though. I have no idea where the rest are. Okay, hiding up in the main base. But this is going crazy. But in come these Stalkers. Patience is now up at 4 bases as well, by the way. He's secured this one, although some probes misrallied are just looking at those Minnows. They're clearly on a strike or something. The Stalkers, though, they're getting some more damage out. They're busy picking away at Orbit Commands. 1 falls, the second one taking a big beating. These are 2-2 Stalkers up against 0-0 Marines and 1-0 tanks. Both Orbit Commands fall. That leaves GoOdy with... How does he have so many command centers? Oh my goodness. Loads of them. But still, not very many. Immortals coming from the top, soaking up that tank fire. Their hardened shield, preventing them taking too much damage. And these tanks, unfortunately, will start to fall. The Immortals' hardened shields, though, has now gone, which means they're getting shredded by the tanks. But that allows the Blink Stalkers to come on by. They're focusing down the remaining tanks. GoOdy supply under half of that of Patience right now. GG is called, and Patience is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3.